Yeah, thank you, Sarah. A lot of things, I think. Yeah, but I think the important thing that people have chance to discuss like in person, that very important thing. Yeah, that discuss some point that they didn't realize before. Yeah, sometimes listening some sentence but make people confused. Yeah. That's why when clarifying in person would be very beneficial. Mm.
And also it's a chance to ask them and question and make sure that the understanding is clear. We were
Yeah,
very impressed, so many Cambodians with so much keen interest who have studied and listened quite a lot. So we appreciated the opportunity very much. Very
yeah, yeah.
glad it was useful. Yes.
Uh, some like Naron, she said she think of attending the Monday class. I already gave her the Zoom login details. Yeah, hope she can join Monday's class. Yeah. And hope other people
Yes.
interested in joining
Yes.
more discussion.
Yes. Good.
Because sometimes we think that, oh, we understand, but it's not.
This is what some people said to me afterwards. They thought that they had understood some points, some details,
Yeah,
but then they appreciated they needed to hear and consider more. So, as you say, I think the live discussions are very useful.
yeah, yeah.
And let's see if anyone has anything they would like to bring up. Hello, Tiffany. Kim Hong, anything you'd like to bring up today, or Tiffany, or anyone else?
สวัสดีค่ะอาจารย์ Hello everyone. Sarah, I don't understand more clearly about the object of the five sense doorway. Is reality or just the idea?
Through the five sense doorways, for example, the eye door process of cheetahs, each of those cheetahs can only experience visible object or color or light, whatever you want to call it. They cannot experience a concept or anything else, but only seeing consciousness sees the visible object. The other cheetahs in the process experience the object through the eye door, but they have different functions. So the first cheetah in the process adverts to that object. The seeing consciousness sees it, the Sampatichana receives it, and so on. But they all experience exactly the same object. The visible object lasts much longer than the cheetah, for 17 times as long as the cheetah. So it hasn't fallen away yet, which is why the other cheetahs in the idol process experience exactly the same object. Afterwards, in the mind door process, the first mind door process experiences the image of the visible object, same object. The other cheetahs experience concepts, ideas about it, about the color, the shape, the form, the details, the person, and so on. But all the cheetahs in any of the sense door processes experience exactly the same object, the rupa, the same rupa, visible object, sound, taste, odor, or tangible object only.
Yes, I realize that at the moment of seeing, the moment of seeing is real visible. How about after the mind, not not mind though, that in the sense though, like receiving or investigating is the same object as
Exactly the same object, exactly the same rupa, but it's experienced with a different function of the cheetah. It's not seen, but it's exactly the same object that is experienced. no change at all because it's exactly the same rupa that hasn't fallen away yet.
So how about Jepnet?
So the kusala or akusala chittas in that process, the 7 kusala or akusala chittas, also experience the same object. So for example, if it's an akusala chitta with lobha, the lobha is attached to that object. The chitta still experiences that object clearly as it is, but it doesn't see it. And the attachment is attached to it. The moha is ignorant of it. So they each have their own function, experiencing the same visible object.
So even it's Kosala or Akosala, still is the same object
Same object because it's still the eye door process. And if it's the ear door process, each of those chittas, including the kusala or akusala chittas, experience exactly the same sound, but only hearing hears it.
I see.
It's an important point to clarify. So thanks, Kim Hong. Let's see if Ajahn would like to add anything more.
Since Ajahn, please.
What can be known now?
No, nothing can be known.
Really?
Yes.
Something or nothing? What can be known now? Nothing can be known? Oh, what is known now? But not as it is.
Yes, can be known, but don't know, realize as it is.
That's why we learn to understand the ultimate truth, the absolute truth. The truth is the truth. When it's absolute truth, it cannot be changed at all. That's why even right now there is saying, what is seen? See? To understand the reality which sees and the reality which is seen in a moment. No one there at all. The more understanding of the nature of what is seen as it is, a little more understanding the truth. And ignorance and attachment and wrong understanding can gradually be letting go, wearing away, little by little. So what is seen to be reminded to understand the truth, the absolute truth of what is seen. See, not anyone, isn't it?
Yes, Ajahn.
Not anything, isn't it?
Yes.
Imagine, and when one object is the object of awareness with right understanding of the truth of it, it is the beginning to understand more and more confidence of the truth. It's only that which is seen, different colors, shape and form, not anyone at all. So the moment of seeing is not the moment of thinking, but there must be thinking after seeing about that which is seen. Otherwise, how can be such idea about what is seen as something which is in darkness, isn't it?
That's right, Ajahn.
Until the truth is revealed now as it is, because of understanding of one reality or one object at a time. When it is understood or developed to understand it clearly and clearly, nothing can appear together. Only one object is object of awareness with right understanding, gradually develop to understand only that object. No attention to other object at all. Because beginning to understanding the truth of what is there as it really is, but it's not as easy as one can think about beyond anyone's imagination. But the truth is the truth. What is seen cannot be anything besides that which appears right now as that which is seen. No word about it, but it's seen a reality. So just live in the world of ignorance, of seeing, and take that which is seen as something, and the reality which experiences no one there at all. So it's I all the time. I wake up, I walk, I see, I like, I dislike. That's right. Learn to be true to the truth, little by little, until it's so firm. But if there's no other word to condition a little more understanding and a little more letting go of the idea of self, it's just the word and the meaning of the word, but it's not the understanding directly of that which is now appearing. That's why we learn about what Buddha said, to understand more and more of the truth of life each moment, which hasn't been understood before. From morning up to now, realities are there, arising and falling away, but no understanding of that as a reality, but take it for something, someone, all the time. That's why develop the understanding of the truth little by little to be firm enough, more confidence to condition instant awareness of that which is now appearing. No other way at all. And this is the proof that there is a little more confidence of anatta. Nothing to be done. Just understand that which has risen now by conditions. And the conditions, right understanding of the truth, firmer and firmer and firmer. What is seen, see? If we think about it, it's outside, so far, far from the reality which is there appearing to seeing at the eye base. So begin to be true to the truth, to understand that which appears as it is, little by little. So we learn about one moment at a time. One moment of seeing is not moment which arise before seeing, and that which has risen before seeing. What about that which arises before that? On and on and on. Because it's daily life taken for I or something when there's no understanding of anything as it is. That's why learn to be true to the truth from the very beginning, hearing, considering. In truth, what is there is conditioned just to arise and then gone. Can it be realized? Because it's so true, so real. But without understanding, the intellectual understanding of the truth, how come to let go someone or something in that which is seen now? Nothing in that at all. It's only that which arises and can be seen, and it's seen when it's there, not fallen away yet. That's all. So no matter what word we heard or read about the truth, they can be considering carefully, thoroughly, until a little more firm confidence of the truth of not anyone. And this is the way to have more and more understanding, clearer and clearer, of that which is now appearing. There are so many realities now from moment to moment, and each reality can be learned only when it's there appearing. So the seeing now sees, see, it's time to consider it, to understand it as it is. Thinking is there instantly as a seeing, as someone or something in darkness, because mind or process has to be dark. So what appears is true when right understanding is there in darkness, which can penetrate the truth of that which is now appearing seems in light, little by little. So no matter what word we come across, they can be a little more considering to understand it clearly and better, little by little. Any word of truth, of that which is now appear, or that which appear in life, each moment, each day. So now, what is it? See, not I and you or anyone or Dhammas.
Thanks, Ajahn.
Hello, Tanajan and everyone. I'd like to ask, I thought I heard Ajahn say that the mind door process is dark. On the one hand, there's some understanding of that because it's not, no, there isn't. Tanajan, would you please explain why the mind door process is dark?
There are 6 doorways. Which one is light or inland?
Right. So seeing is light, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So all the
other,
rest are considered dark.
right, it's it.
Okay. That's, yeah. All right. That makes sense. Okay. Thank you.
So now we are in darkness, but it seems we are in light. How wrong understanding is there? Eons and eons and eons ago. Reality does not appear as it is, no matter what doorway, by way of the rapidity of the succession of the arising and falling away from moment to moment. That's why learn just one reality at a time, as it is, no matter what moment. It has to be as it is. That's why we learn about the Dhamma, the reality, which experiences the object, and that which cannot experience the object. So no one, only the reality which arises and experiences the object, and the reality which has risen by conditions, but cannot experience anything. That's all. And we learn one by one, a little more. What are they? Hardness, see, from head to toe. And we're seeing, hearing, smelling, happiness, pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, attachment, aversion, all are there from head to toe. The source of the world. Not far away, but thinking goes so far away to this country and that house or this road or many ideas about that which is seen, just different colors. The nimitta of some different shape and form to be taken for such different things, but in truth all gone in split seconds. Just learn to understand the truth. Satya Bharami, firmer and firmer. It's true, but it's so far to realize the truth because it does not appear as it is at all, eons and eons ago, until now. That's why learn to be true to the truth. It does not appear as it is. So there are 3 rounds of the Four Noble Truths. Pariyatti, understanding the truth from hearing, considering, beginning to understand what is there now from moment to moment. Not anyone. Each moment's gone, pass away instantly, never to arise again in samsara. No one can do anything, just understanding from hearing, considering, and that's the way there can be more confidence of the truth. And that is not anyone. It's the right understanding of that which appears. In Pali term, it is panya or vicca or jnana, say different words. by different degrees of a reality. That's why no matter what word in Pali we have heard, it just explains about the truth of what is there as it is, to be studied, to develop understanding, to be more direct to the truth. Of hardness, no one. Hardness is just hardness. That's all. At moment of touching, no matter what we take it for plate or fork or what, it's just hard. Arising and falling away instantly. Otherwise, there can never be different realities appearing from moment to moment. Not the same moment, just one moment at a time. So no one, the more understanding of what is now appearing, the more letting go, so subtly, very deep, so deep, until it appears as it is, which means only one reality at a time in darkness, because mind or process arises and fall away more than the sense thought process. And only one sense thought process is the idol, which now what appears now is seen, otherwise the other way, that cannot be seen. See? So little by little about the truth of each reality right now. Like we talked about in the morning, ayatana, just about the nama and the rupa and dhamma in different aspects to have more understanding of the reality which cannot be taken for anyone or anything because it's gone instantly and that can be realized by nimitta of a reality. Is it very deep? That's the understanding, the great understanding of the enlightened one, the Buddha.
Ajahn, when you say gone instantly, it is so fast. How understanding can be developed when it is so fast?
Is hearing moment of seeing?
No.
See, can that can it be separated
Yes, can be.
right now? Seeing and hearing?
Different.
How can there be the understanding of moment of seeing that is not moment of hearing, see? Right now. Only understanding of each one by conditions. Seeing doesn't need ear sense to be conditioned. Hearing cannot hear through seeing. Seeing sees. At moment of seeing, there cannot be sound appearing at all. There cannot be hardness appearing together with that which is seen. So it has to be different moments. But now it seems like there are so many realities at once. There's seeing and hearing and thinking and liking and disliking. Many realities seems in a moment. But in truth, learn to be true to the truth. What is moment of seeing? There must be a reality which is conditioned to arise to see. And at moment of hearing, different conditions. There must be the ear and that which impinge on the ear, condition the seeing arises with cetasika or the other mental factors, experience the same object, see? Who knows? There is not now, at moment of seeing, only that which experiences that which is seen. But there are also other mental realities arising together, condition each other at moment of seeing. Otherwise, they cannot be seeing that which impinge on the eye base. And where's the eye base? And where is the seeing? So close at the eye sense. Is there any moment in life begin to think about that seeing which is there? Which is there at the eye base only, arising and see that impinge on the eye base only that which impinge on the eye base, not other reality, not the chair or the bed or the house or the pen or the plate, only that which can impinge on the eye base. See, so quickly, because whatever arises when it's the rupa, which cannot experience, it lasts longer than the chitta, which arises to experience the object. Learn to understand the hidden truth now, at this very moment. To be true to the truth, seeing is not that which is seen. And that which is seen, no need to say the word, any word, to understand the truth. It is seen. And reality is so real because it is seen. It can be seen, so it's a reality which is seen because it's there as a reality. As a reality, keep on the truth of it. It is only that which can be seen. The sound cannot be seen. Hardness cannot be seen. Only that which can be seen. Just a dot aspect at a time. So many moments. Because as soon as one just opens one's eyes, instantly, so many things in front, around, left and right, everywhere. Just a moment of a reality arises to see, to experience only that which can be seen. Imagine just one moment. And it's so true. It cannot be other moment because it is seeing. And we learn to understand the conditions for seeing to arise little by little. For example, everyone knows without the eye, they cannot be seen. Even there's the eye, but nothing impinge on it. They cannot be seen. See, just a moment, only one, so very tiny moment. It has to be conditioned to arise. And as soon it has risen, it falls away, pass away instantly. Because condition it just to arise. So as soon as it has risen, it's gone unknowingly from morning up to now. How many moments? Different moments, different nimitta, shape and form, taken for this and that. Instantly. Is it true? Be true to the truth. So from now on, when there is the understanding of seeing, there can be the moment of attending to the reality which sees. Otherwise, no understanding of the truth of it, because now it does not appear. What is seen only appearing now. Only that which is seen. So be true to the truth, only that which is seen aspect. Until it is animitta, because what arises can be known by way of nimitta, not just one moment as it is. Be true to the truth, Satya Barami, from moment to moment until it's firm, no matter in what life. See, not just only this life. Because no matter how much we talk about it, just about the truth, but the accumulation of eons and eons, ignorance and attachment, and the idea of something, atta, is there. So the understanding is the only reality which can wear away ignorance, attachment to the idea of atta, stage by stage. The first round of Ariya Satya is now hearing about the truth of what is there from moment to moment. The first Ariya Satya, what is conditioned to arise, has arisen and pass away, gone, never to arise again. In samsara, not just only now in this life, never again at all. And that's the understanding of anatta, that which is now appearing, gone, never to arise. So how there can be that as atta? Seeing cannot belong to anyone at all. It's gone. But the one who has clung to the idea of self so firm cannot understand this at all. It's I think all the time. But where's the I that is thinking for sure by conditions? That's why we learn about conditions for what moment in life to arise right now. So studying Dhamma is studying that which is there so close right now. Not in the book, but it's there from moment waking up, seeing, hearing, on and on, like or dislike, whatever is there in life is just so close at the body from head to toe. Until even what we take for body is just a reality. So we learn about the truth of realities that everyone can study, can consider, can develop understanding to realize the truth, not by one's own idea, but the development of understanding firmer and firmer. Adidana parami, so firm confidence of the truth. Satya barami, Panya barami, Nekama barami, Virya barami, Kanti barami. No one. Only Chitta, the chief of experiencing the object. And Chitasikas, different mental factors arising together, condition one another. Each one. See, is it true? That's all. Satya barami. No one. Right understanding is conditioned to arise and pass away, gone instantly, until it is conditioned again, considering again, understanding a little more, on and on and on, with great patience and effort, because it's not easy to let go wrong understanding and ignorance of what is there now as someone and something beyond imagination when it is realized not together, just one reality at a time, and in darkness of the doorway. Minder. Now, Minder does not appear, only seeing now and thinking in darkness does not appear. So is it right understanding or wrong understanding that we are in light? Can there
The
be
wrong
only one?
understanding, Ajahn, when we say that we are in light, Ajahn. But in light is not us only wisdom, panya, right, Ajahn?
That's why we learn to understand who's the Buddha, what is meant by enlightened to the truth. This moment, any moment, no matter how long ago or what is there now, or even in future, no one can change the truth. Because this moment is the future of the previous moment. Exactly the same. Thinking about, in truth, the idea about what is seen is only thinking in darkness. From that which is seen, with the shape and form and the mark of something be known, in mind, not at that which appears to be seen at all. What is true and what is not true. Without understanding, just live in darkness, the untrue world, avijja, understanding how enormous it is from moment to moment, added on and on and on. So no need to hurry to realize the truth. That is not possible because only right understanding from moment to moment condition the firm confidence of the truth, condition directly, instantly awareness of a reality right now as it is. Right now as it is, depending on understanding only. What level? Who knows what level? The other cannot know. Only be true to the truth of this moment, hearing and seeing. Seeing does not appear, and that which is seen does not appear as it is. And that is right understanding. And the opposite, when it turns out in darkness. But right understanding is so sharp, so keen, so subtle, that it can understand what appears now one at a time. Right now, only one appears at a time, but not enough understanding to be true to the truth directly with awareness and right understanding. So without this first round of the Four Noble Truths, no condition for the Patipatti, the second round. So no condition for Pativeda, the third round, to appear as we have heard about it. So true. But it does not happen yet. No condition for it to happen, to arise, until it's ready. The time is ready. The conditions is ready. Only that, who knows? Even Sariputta didn't know before that he would be Sotapanna after hearing the truth from the Asachi, Pandit Asachi. No one knows.
Jan, at the end of the last week's session, Maeve brought up a topic, and I can see Maeve is here because we ran out of time, as I remember, and we said that Maeve might like to continue it today. Would you like to continue with the topic from last week, Maeve?
Thank you, Sarah. Good to see you. Did you have a good trip?
Yes, it went very well, thank you. Lots of interest from all the wonderful Vietnamese and Cambodians who joined, some of which we just know from Zoom. So that was very nice. Like
Excellent.
Liang and Hador, who is here, several others. Yes. So I think last time you were talking about how one hears someone's voice and so quickly there are many memories and so quickly there's the idea of a self, and we talked about the function of sanya. Maybe you'd like to bring it up again and continue. And
well, Ajahn actually helpfully pointed out that was an indication of just how layered and I suppose omnipresent asawa is. I suppose it's an understatement to say that it's deeply entrenched. And that was that's I think that's partly what I was asking about, but I'm just trying to recall what had it was. Yes, it was hearing the sound of a person's voice whom I immediately identified. So it seemed as if there was that just the sound was immediately thought about in such a way as to construct identity from that sound, and how with all of the sense doorways, there's a similar construction going on, which makes it maybe a little easier to understand why the idea of self is just so very powerful, because it's constantly being reinforced, not just from through seeing and hearing, but every aspect of the information that comes to the mind is interpreted as something, someone, or something. And that it actually led me to also to think about that the description of what the Buddha said at the moment of enlightenment, when he said, "O house builder, thou art seen," and then goes on to say, "Thou rafts, the rafts are shattered," and then the description of having attained nibbana. But it seemed that emphasized how the unenlightened mind is constantly constructing everything. So I suppose in terms of, I've been describing a kind of a thought process, but it seems that we often talk about the idea of not self, and yet that is so far away in terms of understanding that in the meantime we actually have to live with the house builder, that we are the house builder on so many different levels, constantly building what we think is the real world, when in fact it's not. It's just a mental construction. So I suppose I'm wondering, is there another way of thinking about that besides simply labeling using the label of not self when it is so very far from our understanding. I don't know if I've articulated that question, but it's like, I think I'm asking about more about how to gradually develop that understanding, as opposed, because that ultimately is the answer. The so we're
Could I make a brief
starting with
comment?
the answer before we've actually really understood completely what the question is.
Right.
Or
Could
the
I make a brief
questions.
comment, Maeve?
Well, please, Jonathan.
Yeah. I think it's a very good question, and I think it's one that people stumble over a bit, because there is the idea of self is all pervasive, as you say, but yet the thinking about, or in terms of self, occurs at different moments to, for example, the experiencing of objects through the sense doors. So they are separate moments, and the fact that the idea of self rapidly follows from time to time doesn't have to be an obstacle to the understanding of something that has preceded it, or that arises at different moments. So this is the first point, and the other point being that, as the Buddha explained, or as we can understand from his teaching, if there is an interest in the Dhamma, and one has the good fortune to hear the Dhamma properly explained, and then to reflect upon it, there can be a condition. This can be a condition for different moments, different realities to be understood a little clearer. We're not expecting illuminative understanding from the get-go. But there can be the gradual development of understanding, which is why patience is emphasized, and also confidence, that if the conditions for the understanding are there, it will develop, even though it may not be apparent at those moments where it's developing. But finally, on the points you've raised, I tend to agree that labeling as not self is not how the Buddha taught. He taught to understand what is appearing. And he said all conditioned Dhammas have to be understood, have to be fully understood in order for the path to be developed. So it's the understanding of what is, rather than jumping ahead, if you like, to the understanding of not self is like the cumulative effect is the outcome of seeing many, many Dhammas as conditioned realities. That is what breaks up the illusion of a self, seeing the hearing and the sound and the attachment and the thinking and so forth. Mundane Dhammas, if they are seen as they truly are, then the illusion of self is gradually broken down without having to assume that it's not there in the start. Thanks, Maeve.
Yes, thank you, Jonathan, because that goes to if it's used at the beginning, it can only be theoretical, because it's really one of those I suppose concepts that is the result of direct experience.
But Maeve, isn't it that understanding that seeing is a Dhamma means that it is not self? So it must be from the very beginning. I mean, whether we refer to the concept of not self or not, or remind each other again and again, which I understand can get quite tiresome to hear the same thing over and over again. But I think it's from the very beginning, understanding, seeing, for example, as a Dhamma is understanding that it is not self and there's no self to be found.
Yes, I think the same, that it is the considering from the beginning when we hear about seeing as a Dhamma, not my seeing or anyone's seeing. It's just a Dhamma. It's the same as saying it's the understanding of Dhamma. The understanding is no one there, no thing there, just a Dhamma. That is anatta. And what you have described about this, the hearing the sounds, and so quickly the recognition of someone's voice and so on, because of sanya, utter sanya, is so quickly someone's voice, something there, thinking about the image of someone and so on. So the function of sanya is very important, conditioning the thinking, taking it for something, someone, on and on and on. And I think when Ajahn mentioned of the asavas, it's so that we can consider just how much ignorance there is, how little understanding. Like when I was talking to Kim Hong, even in the sense door processes, the clinging, the ignorance come in, even the wrong understanding, impression of something, utter sanya, even then, so very quickly. So I think it just indicates how little understanding there is, that there is the recognition, the memories, the ideas, something, someone all the time.
And
Perhaps
even
Ajahn
though even though it happens at so many levels, as you were saying, that the asavas come in again and again, but at the same time we understand that in between that there can be understanding. So that at the same time shows how powerful understanding is, even at the intellectual level.
like even now, considering just what is heard, nothing, no one, just just light, just visible object that's seen, or sound that is heard. That's it. The world of sound, nothing else, no one, no one's voice, no being, just sound. So it's just one world at a time.
Yes, I intellectually, I appreciate that. But I think, Jonathan, when you said that the understanding, like even that each of these experiences is just a Dharma, that's a gradual understanding as well, because we can say, oh, it's not self, or we can say it's a Dhamma, but it's still labeling something which is thought about as opposed to being directly experienced. So
are we talking about something that's appearing, or are we talking about something we've just learnt academically? Because there are things appearing right now, and we can appreciate that sound is different from visible object, for example. Is it real? I mean, that's the question. What do we mean when we label it as a Dhamma? It's what is meant is something that can be directly understood by a characteristic, by its own characteristic. So we don't have to label things as Dhammas, but if what is appearing now, it can be considered in terms of what we've heard from the Dhamma. And the task, after all, is to have a better understanding of anything that's appearing, not to develop understanding of a list of Dhammas that appear, in the text, but just to have a better understanding of any aspect of what is appearing at the present moment.
So it's the outcome of the learning, that the learning in itself is not sufficient to bring about the understanding. It's the outcome of the learning.
Well, yes, it's the learning with the appreciation that it relates to the present moment, that it is a description of what is possibly appearing at the present moment. So everything one learns in terms of the Dhamma is all directed towards an understanding of what's appearing now, rather than the choice of, sorry. Yeah, can I just leave it at that? Thanks.
Thanks, Jonathan.
I'm sure Ajahn will be glad to add some comments. Ajahn?
Yes. Is there self in myth?
Yes, Ajahn.
What is it?
Well, immediately your voice.
Your voice? Voice is me or mine? Or is a reality? Doesn't belong to anyone at all.
Mm.
So consider carefully whether there is self or there's no self. What is right and what is wrong? What is the understanding of the truth of that which is there? Unknown before, but it's so true that it can be known, it can be studied, it can be realized, because it's there arising. Before voice is there appearing, no voice. So how come the voice? See,
Well, from thinking.
the voice itself, no one thing about it, but there are conditions for voice to arise. See, whatever arises is conditioned by different conditions to be different reality. Just arise and falls away instantly, never to be found, never to arise again. So is it I or me or mine or just a reality? Before it arises, there must be conditions for its arising. Nothing can arise by itself alone, but learn to understand the truth from the enlightened one. What is meant by enlightened? Enlightened to the truth which is hidden long time ago. How long? Years and years. But the truth can be heard, can be considered, can be true to the truth of it, because it's real. For example, the sound or the voice is only that which is heard, right? When there's no hearing, can there be that which is taken for a voice or sound? Not at all. Only at moment of hearing is there heard, is there experienced by only that the reality which can experience it. Seeing cannot experience sound. Thinking, can it experience sound? By thinking, hearing, different ones by different conditions. Just arise and fall away no matter what. So very instant that no one can think about it at all gone instantly. But the enlightened one, what is the meaning? Enlightened to the truth, the ultimate truth. No one can know how great understanding is there to penetrate to the truth of that which arises and falls away each moment. So seeing is not only a moment, because what is seen in a moment cannot be anything by shape and form at all. But when there are many moments of seeing, condition the shape and form to be known as this or that, fork or spoon. That's why is it true from birth to death? Our conditioned moments are different, appearing at moment of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, and thinking. Different ones, only one reality appearing at a time. So be true to the truth. Just a moment of seeing. Where is it? Not far away. No thought about the eye, so close. And that which is seen has to impinge on the eye base. The only rupa, the only reality, which is the reality which the visible object or that which we call it impinge on it. Condition the seeing. How come? The reality which arises to experience that which impinge on the eye base only. If nothing impinge on it, that cannot be seen at all. Right now, just learn to be true to the truth of the impermanency of no matter what is there appearing now, not permanent at all. Seeing is not seeing all day, just a moment. And hearing just arise to hear a moment and it's gone. There are many moments in life, but what appears in life is just moment of seeing, moment of hearing, moment of smelling, tasting, touching, and thinking. While there are so many conditioned reality arising together, but they do not appear. So learn to be true to the truth. Is seeing permanent?
Yeah. Mhm.
So can seeing be I or someone? It's gone, never to arise again. In samsara, is it true? So learn to understand life. It's not permanent at all. As there is birth, there must be death for sure. Short or long, depending on conditions to live. How long? Not at anyone's will at all, because there's no one. Each moment is conditioned to arise and gone instantly. So be this person as we take realities for this person, just only in this life. After death, no more what we call this person. In truth, the succession of that which arises and fall away from moment of birth to that. So we learn what is birth, what is there, a moment of birth. There must be birth. And what is it? What is birth? No one. It's just a moment of life, the first moment in life, conditioned by who knows, without understanding the nature, the reality of the moment of that which experiences an object. It's life. Without that which experiences the object at all, can there be what we say life? Impossible. Hardness is hardness. If there's no reality which experiences it, it does not appear. Whatever appears is the object of that which arises and experiences it, only that and gone. Is it true? The truth can be learned because it's true any time, any moment. So seeing arises and fall away. Before seeing is the eye, and as soon as there is seeing, where's the eye before seeing? Or the seeing, can it be anyone or I, because it is conditioned to arise to see and gone instantly. So learn to be true to the truth. I seems to be permanent, atta, a reality, or that which is taken for someone or something. But in truth, it's just a moment of conditioned reality, arising and falling away, unknowingly at all. That hardness cannot be a plate or a fork at all. It's hard. But how come the idea instantly, as soon as one opens one's eyes, everything is around? How come? Closes one's eyes instantly, all gone instantly. No time for it to just gone one by one at all. Instantly, it's there. So how many moments of experiences that which is experienced by a reality, the chief of experiencing. So now we understand it means citta. Citta, one moment of citta. And what is citta? The reality which experience the object clearly. So it's the chief of reality which arise together, experience the same object. But since it experiences so clear, so it's one reality. It's the source of the world, of the war of peace, of the mountain of the sky, and everything just by thinking. The continuation from moment to moment in life condition the idea of permanent thing all the time. But consider carefully the word of truth. There is a reality arises and experience an object. Seeing sees a reality. No understanding about it yet. So clear, so deep, until hearing again, consider again, more careful, little by little, to understand the truth. No one can stop the way it is, because in truth, no one. What is there is just a reality, classified by way of that which arises and experiences the object, and the other cannot experience the object, but it's there to be seen, to be heard, to be touched, to be smelled, to be tasted. See, is it true in life? Just different moment, no one there at all. If one thinks that there is self, what is it? When is it? Where is it? See, so be true to the truth. Is seeing self impossible? It cannot arise without conditions for its arising. So we learn about the condition for anything which arises little by little. For example, without the eye base, seeing cannot arise. Even there is the eye, nothing impinges on it, seeing cannot arise. Just for a moment. Seeing is a moment. So it's not moments before seeing, and it's not moments after seeing. Only one seeing and gone, never to arise again. Can it be I or someone? That's why we live in the world of atta, everyone, dhammas. But in truth, it's the world of anatta. It cannot be permanent. It cannot be taken to be something because it's gone, never to arise again. So learn to understand the truth, the hidden truth of what is there, to be true to it. What is seen is different colors from many moments of seeing. Is that right? Not one seeing only. Many moments of seeing. Condition, shape, and form of kunmef is seen. But in truth, the color cannot be kunmef at all. So the idea of mef from that which is seen is in darkness. Only light is seen. So everything is in darkness. Only that which is seen. So short, because the processes of hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, thinking, all are in darkness. So understanding the truth has to be in darkness. mind can experience everything, even that which is seen just a speck, and the reality which experience the object all in darkness. It's the world of darkness, not the world of light as it appears. That's why learn to be true to the truth little by little, to understand the truth of what appears are so close. Seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, thinking, liking, disliking are so close, not far away from head to toe. And even that just arise and falls away. Nothing is lost at all. Nothing can last. It's gone instantly. Is it true? No, but wrong understanding is there, taking the shape and form for something all day. But all day is in darkness, just moment of seeing its light. Is it true? Satya Parami, be true to the truth.
Ajahn, when you said earlier about that the mind or process is in darkness, what is the difference between that darkness and what we
Light.
understand as conventional darkness?
Okay. Turn off the light
That's
at night. It's so dark, but
mhm.
no understanding of the truth of that at all. See,
But are you talking?
it can turn to be light when we just turn on the light, but still ignorance of that in light or in darkness just is there. No understanding of the truth of dark and light. Darker than anything. When we are at night, no light at all, so dark. In the room, your bedroom, you'd like to go out in darkness. Where's the door? Do you remember? In darkness.
Mhm.
No thought or idea, just try to find out what is the door, where is the door. At moment of touching, it's not known whether it's a door or what at all. But ignorance is darker than that.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine the darkness at night when there's no light, and the darkness years and years ago, no understanding of the truth. Just close your eyes. It's there, but no understanding of what is there. But when there is understanding in darkness, what appears as light is just a speck. Is it true?
Mm.
So right understanding penetrates the truth, so subtle, so deep. The more understanding, the more it's so subtle, so deep, on and on, until what is there right now cannot be taken for atta at all, at all. No matter closes one's eyes or just opens one's eyes, the truth is the truth.
Mm.
So learn to understand the absolute truth of whatever is now. Only that which is light is seen, but what is taken for Kunmev or someone or something in darkness of ignorance.
Mm.
Maeve, I think we're now talking about three kinds of darkness.
Yes.
So the first darkness is the conventional darkness you mentioned, like at nighttime it's dark, and in the daytime, like now, it seems to be light all the time. So this is the conventional idea of light and dark. And the second meaning of darkness refers to the darkness of ignorance, the opposite of the light of understanding, which lights up the truth at this moment, at moments of panya. So this is the second one that Ajahn was just referring to, how very dark it is when ignorance is there, and it's this great darkness has been accumulated for aeons and aeons. And the third kind of darkness, which we were discussing earlier, is that except for at a moment of seeing, when light appears, a speck of light appears, all other cittas experience the reality in darkness. No light appears because it only appears at the moment of seeing what is visible. So at moments of hearing, at moments of smelling, tasting, touching, all the moments of thinking, even the moments of right understanding right now, the object appears in darkness because no light appears at those moments. So sometimes we may be talking about all three kinds in the same sentence,
Yes.
or the same paragraph. Yes.
Thank you, Sarah. It's an important distinction to make, because the tendency is to attempt to imagine when Ajahn mentions darkness, to try and imagine, but we're only imagining from the basis of conventional darkness.
That's right. So the darkness of ignorance, or the darkness that at the moment of when sound appears, is quite different from the conventional idea of darkness, because it seems light all the time now, and it seems dark all the time at night. But this is just the conventional idea, because actually the sound heard is not understood. The tangible object touch is not understood. Moments of thinking are not understood. So it just seems light. So it shows how much ignorance there is, how very little understanding there is. And that's the point, how amazing it is that actually we live in darkness most of the time, in this sense, as well as the sense of ignorance.
Thank you. And thank you very much. And Ajahn, thank you.
Hi, Sarah. Sarah, I think you raised about three type of darkness. I think it corresponds with the three type of light, yeah, that we raised before.
Yes, conventionally, yes, it seems light all the time. So conventionally, it's true that now it's not yet nighttime, so it's light. At the moment, that's the first, and the second is the light of wisdom, and the third is light appearing just at the moment of seeing only. The rest of the time it's dark. Yes.
And another
So
one is like at the moment of seeing, and the third one is light when panya, right understanding arise.
yes, I think I said those two, but in the other way round. Yes, any way round is fine. Yes. So at this moment, is it light or dark appearing? Actually, only light at a moment when the visible object is seen. The rest of the time, it's dark. Yes. A little
Mostly in the
understanding there
dark.
is. Mostly in the dark of ignorance, and the dark because visible object is not appearing most of the time.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks,
And conventional darkness is still light.
What do you mean consequent? Conventional?
Well,
Still light.
when we have the sense that we're in the dark, there's still seeing, and seeing means seeing light.
But if it's at night time, the visible object is seen, but there's no light, so no color.
Yeah,
no color appears
no
because
color.
no light. So visible object still appears, but because there's no light, no color appearing.
But what we
So very little
if we
light.
say if we yeah, very little light, but there is light, yeah. Otherwise there wouldn't be
Not,
this there wouldn't be the experience of seeing as in and
I
knowing
think that it's the experience even when it's pitch dark, even when one's eyes closed in the pitch
right,
dark,
right.
visible
That
object
means
appears, but because there's no light, that's why there's no color appearing. That's why light is the condition when the color appears, but when there's no light, still visible object, but no colors appearing at all.
but by way of meaning of light as being that which is seen, if they're still seeing, then means light is seen. The condition for seeing a particular thing, as in when the light is closed, you don't know what's inside, what's in front of you. That's the light as we know that needs to shine on the object. But if we take the meaning of light as being that which is seen, then there is light. And it's definitely not the darkness when it's at during other sense door or mind door experiences. That's a different darkness. So that means it is at that time there is not the darkness of that, nor the darkness of ignorance at that moment when it's just seeing.
Anyway, visible object is seen, no matter whether any color appears or not, it's still visible object at that moment.
Or we can see
Okay.
light is seen.
I think also because the seeing process must be the process which arises most often in a day, and that's why it seems there is light all day. But when the moment when there is a vipassana jnana, there is no this process after seeing do not arise, and so it's like when closing one eyes is not. It's like having the eyes closed, in the sense that mind or process are not thinking about the visible object as usual in a day. It's more like panya having the object of vipassana jnana or reality, instead of the process which are in between the idle processes. So, something like that.
So it's not that there's seeing most of the day, because there are many more other citas than seeing, but there's the memory of what is seen again and again. So it seems that there is light, and it's taken for the light world, but actually seeing is just one moment only. Anyway, there's not much time, so let's leave it to Ajahn to.
Yeah.
So, without any word, what is seen, no matter we use what word, yellow light, red light, blue light, whatever, it doesn't matter at all. But the reality which is seen is there, only one reality which can be seen, and it's seen. See, it does mean that there's just light without red and blue. See, red and blue in light, not in darkness, but it's light. Or that which is seen is a reality, no matter what. That which is seen, rupa ramana, only one reality which can be seen. In order to understand the truth that there's no one, no matter what appears, it's a reality, no matter we call it in Pali, in English, in Thai. The truth of it cannot be changed at all. For example, the reality, which is the chief of experiencing, it does not like or dislike. Its function is just to experience the object clearly. That's all. Each one has its characteristic and its function to be studied as it is, not as we think about it, but as it's so true and so real when it's there appearing, depending on understanding, whether there is understanding or no understanding right now. No understanding of that which is seen, only that it is seen, it can be seen. In a day, as soon as there is seeing, it's something seen, and atta all the time. So before the truth can appear as it is, it takes quite a long time to be true to the truth. And it's not by trying so hard to experience it. All depends on conditions. So great patience is understanding that nothing can be done. But there is a reality which can be understood through eyes or ears or nose or tongue or body or mind and an organ each moment in a day. But without understanding the truth of anything appearing in life, it's impossible not to let go the idea of something. And I is there, aswa is there, unknown, because there are so many processes, uncountable. So between those processes, the process of aswa is there. So very quickly, rapidly, as soon as it's seen, aswa is there. Pavasawa, avichasawa, kamasawa, titasawa. So learn to understand the truth that there are so many realities, but they are not known as it is at all. But the word of truth from the enlightenment, out of his enlightenment, he shared his understanding to understand the first round, talking about what is there at any moment as it is, little by little, firm confidence of anatta, not atta, gradually develop until it's so firm that it conditions instant awareness directly of a reality right now. Just like now, nothing different at all. While it's there now, no understanding of it becomes to be different little by little by attending to the characteristic of each one, little by little, by conditions. And the condition is every word of the truth we heard from the Buddha. So great patience, parami, understanding the truth that without parami, the moments of kusala conditioned by right understanding can arise more often than moments of akusala as before. By conditions. That's all. สวัสดีค่ะ appreciate your understanding of the parami so much.